Breaking news here on the House vote for Speaker. Emily Wilkins on Capitol Hill. Emily?
Hey, Kelly. So at this point, we do have those two Republicans who have now voted for a candidate other than Mike Johnson. We had Thomas Massey. Of course, we knew he wasn't going to vote for Johnson. He voted for Tom Emmer. And now we have Ralph Norman, one of the other holdouts who was undecided yesterday. He met with Johnson. He sounded optimistic, but said he wasn't there yet. He has now gone ahead and voted for Jim Jordan. We have another about 5 members, Republican members, who they were in the chamber. Their names were called, but they didn't say anything. And so what's going to happen then is that the clerk will be going back to their names when they are done. We'll see if they vote present, if they vote for someone else, if they vote for Johnson. Clearly, this is a strategy. We just don't exactly know at this point. And of course, there are still some other members who have been holdouts for Johnson, including Congressman Chip Roy. They haven't gotten to vote yet. Their names are further back in the alphabet. But at this point, it is looking like we are going to be going on to a second roll call vote. Of course, nothing is final until the gavel falls. Anyone can change their vote. But at this point, it's not looking good for Mike Johnson. And it's looking like those promises that he made before going into the chamber with having a working group to work with DOJ to cut spending might not be enough at this point. Kelly?
So if I heard you correctly there, you said it was Ralph Norman from South Carolina who was another no vote on this, bringing that to 2. Now, are they going to continue the roll call all the way through, Emily, and then start another round? How does it work?
Yeah, so they'll continue the roll call all the way through. I mean, technically, members can continue to change their votes until the gavel falls, so nothing is final. However, again, at this point, with kind of these 5 members, Republican holdouts who are just not voting and will vote then at the end, plus the 2 who have already come out and voted for someone other than Johnson, things aren't looking good. Johnson would need a small miracle for him to work out on the first roll call. After that, Johnson can decide whether to take a break, go back to his office, maybe meet with the holdouts, or he could decide to just go ahead into that second roll call vote and see how he does there. So we'll be paying very close attention to the rest of this roll call, to what the final roll call for the first one is, exactly how many folks are for or against Johnson, and then figure out what the next steps are from there.
Interestingly, the market completely shrugging it off, to Larry Lindsey's earlier point. The Dow's still up nearly 300 points without much movement on this. Emily, we appreciate it, and we'll check back in. Emily Wilkins with that update from Capitol Hill.